Hello everybody and welcome back to Xenonauts. So, last part we assaulted the alien fortress in Lima, Peru. It was Peru, right? I'm not getting my countries mixed up. Yeah, Peru. Took heavy losses, which is sort of what I expected for an alien fortress. And not just, an outpost or a base. I believe there's only the three tiers of alien bases. I believe it's outpost, base, and fortress. Maybe there's more, but I believe it's only those three. And I might be misremembering what the middle one is actually called. It might not be called alien base, it might be called something else, but either way, I believe there's only three tiers. And we assaulted the highest, and we don't even necessarily have the best equipment, particularly when it comes to defense. We're still running around with jackal armor because, hey, it's dirt cheap. Sure, I have 233 alien alloys that I could use to build ourselves wolf battle armor, which is quite a bit better. But, the first rule of combat is try not to get shot. Generally, the rules tend to go, what is it? Something like, don't be seen. If you're seen, don't be shot. If you are shot, have the armor, basically. Sort of a simple way of doing it, but yes, so we try to avoid getting shot in the first place if we can, and of course we try to take advantage of things like cover and whatnot to decrease the chances of us getting hit. I don't know necessarily how large of a benefit that actually plays, because maybe the aliens aren't quite as hampered when it comes to shooting someone who's behind cover as we are, but it helps. But as a result of that, we have base upgrade, which has actually already moved up to excellent in like the maybe an hour or two that passed in game time between the end of the last part and the start of this part. So we should have that soon. Indochina has gotten their 3 plasma batteries, so they should be safe in theory. In the event the aliens decide to attack there. And the last part, we also found our first alien interceptor that we shot down over Indochina. Or in that region. It was technically, I think, over China itself, or I'm pretty sure it was over land. Otherwise, you don't get anything. The interceptor appears to be the final incarnation of the alien air superiority fighter. Do not be fooled by its deceptively elegant appearance. This craft is far tougher than it seems, and every bit as deadly. The propulsion system extended from the rear of the saucer uses a type of pulse detonation technology to reach speeds of up to 3,800 kilometers per hour, and can use vector-to-thrust ports to change direction in the blink of an eye. A miniaturized version of the immensely powerful fusion reactor sits in the central compartment, while a hardened shell of alien plating encases the vessel and grants frightening durability, whilst still reducing the overall weight of the armor relative to the earlier designs. A trio of deadly rapid-fire plasma cannons and an enlarged missile tube in each wing complete the design, providing an exceptional dogfighter, fast, tough, agile, and well-armed. It is both sobering and encouraging to remember that it is clearly designed as a spacecraft. While I dread to think how effective this craft must be in the cold interstellar vacuum, it suggests we may yet be able to build something to defeat it in the skies. Hey, 2 Condors were able to defeat it. I think we're already good. We just kind of need it to fly towards us. That's the main issue. It's fast enough that it can fly away from us if it just doesn't want to engage us. And there's nothing I can do about that. In fact, the Condors took no damage during that, it should be noted, so... Or at least they're already repaired from it, so they didn't get grounded or anything. They didn't take any severe damage, at least. That's the important bit. Okay, kick that up to 3 speed, because 2 is just a little slow for me. 4 soldiers have arrived in the North Africa base. Yeah, we're just going to take everybody off the Shrike. Thank you very much. Okay, so Haruko, if I recall correctly, the plan was for you to be Rifleman, because you suck at anything else, basically. You don't have the strength to be moving around too much. Violet. The plan was for you to be an assault. Lucia, the plan was for you to be an assault. And Yak up here. Poor old Yak up. Because he's probably going to die. Calling it now. On his first ever mission, because that's just kind of how this shit goes. You got enough to go ahead and carry a stun baton arena. Wonderful. We have a few people sitting in the med bay. Yeah, 3 of them. 2 of which should not be alive, as a reminder, because they got turned into a zombie by a, God damn it, what are they called? A Reaper. I always want to call them Xenomorphs and Chrysalids, because they're this game's version of the Chrysalids, and, you know, they scream Xenomorph. They really do. Which isn't a surprise, because that's kind of what they were all kind of meant to... They were all kind of based off of that to some extent. You know, if you've seen Aliens, the Xenomorph basically impregnates you, and the thing eventually eats its way out of you, similar to how the zombies function here. Just rather than it being a small creature, it's a full-grown thing. But yeah. They're all sort of supposed to be that. But yeah, so I keep wanting to call them Xenomorphs, and then, you know, because again, they're this game's version of the Chrysalid. But no, they're Reapers. Okay, the production of the first Corsair interceptor to go to the Indochina base has been completed. Go ahead and head on over there. These guys are going to immediately be told to jump on producing another one for us. It's 4 days right now, but once we get the base upgrades finally finished research and those automatically apply, I don't have to do anything fancy. Those will be a wonderful free upgrade. I believe it's a 50% improvement, so basically it would take 2 days to build a Corsair as opposed to 4. You know, it halves the build times. I think for building, I don't recall what the bonus is on research. I don't think it's that much, but it is a decent amount. Yes, the laboratory we're building in Central America to help supplement our research efforts has been completed. We will, I think, hold off on actually staffing it. There we go, finally. Base upgrade. Having covered our scientific exploits in unlocking... Yes, having covered our scientific exploits in unlocking the secrets of the alien base in my last report, that I didn't see yours. I saw the tactical officers, or, you know, our intelligence officer, whoever. This covers the resulting improvements to our own facilities. The greatest improvements have been seen in our laboratories and workshops. Both structures now allow scientists and engineers to work almost 50% more efficiently than before. Our new biological computers and instruments mean that my team are no longer entirely reliant on our own ample brain power, and have been able to fully automate several formerly time-consuming tasks, giving us more time to think. I have also had our upgraded laboratories soundproofed, allowing the brilliant minds among us to work without being disturbed by the less brilliant. Guys, the workshop is on the opposite side of the base. I don't think you're hearing the noise from there. There have also been a number of less obvious improvements to our base. The refit of base kitchens with laser-based ovens capable of cooking food in mere seconds, or the upgraded recreational area with holographic entertainment consoles. Both of these have proved immensely popular, but unfortunately the replacement of the showers in the living quarters with vastly superior alien gel sacks proved less popular. Events culminated in an incident with some of your soldiers, leading to the upgrade being postponed for now. But I hope you will discipline your men accordingly. Finally, we have developed an internal network that links all of our systems together, whether the same facility or not. This morning, we were able to transmit a mildly amusing image of a cat halfway across the world, suggesting it'll be an important tool for sharing classified information within our organization. I named this impressive creation the Internetwork, and would be very surprised if it did not catch on. Sure, it just will not be called the Internetwork, because that is a stupid name. Okay, finished researching the Hyperion tank, and sadly that did not automatically apply the upgrade, or the mod changes that are supposed to be that these are now 60. You know, these are double their capacity. Or at least they're supposed to be, but it looks like that doesn't actually affect the upgraded ones, interestingly enough. So, never mind. They're supposed to be. There's supposed to be 30 each, giving me a total of 60 at one base, but that, yeah, okay, so it looks like that mod actually does not take any effect to the upgrade, Nanotech Workshop and Quantum Laboratory, but you know what? That's fine. I'll live. We're going to go ahead and build another Quantum Laboratory here at the Central America base. We're going to go ahead and staff it up. And we are going to probably put them to work on the alien communications array. See what I tell you. They're able to get that shit done quickly now. So, Corsair 6, you go into Indochina as well. I don't have anything for you guys to build right now. So, I guess keep building Jackal armor that I can sell off. Okay, we got UFOs popping up. That's a massive one. We need to murder that ASAP. But we need to wait for Corsair 6 to arrive in Indochina before we can do that. We will... Are enough people ready to go? No. Just nuke that. I don't think enough people are going to be ready in time. Hyperion Hover Tank. The Hyperion is a powerful hover tank designed to support Xenonaut strike teams in combat zones. It employs alien anti-gravity technology to skim roughly a meter above the ground at all times, ignoring normally impassable terrain such as water. The Hyperion has significantly better combat performance than the Scimitar tank it replaces. It has greater mobility and can move much faster than its predecessor, but uses hardened alloys to derive increased protection from thinner armor plating. It is inherently more stable as a gun platform than a tracked/wheeled vehicle. Really? And it has also been fitted with upgraded targeting computers, giving it excellent accuracy at all ranges. Though barely half the size of a modern battle tank, one of these skimmers could easily defeat an entire armored battalion single-handedly. Well, let's make sure this doesn't get in the hands of any major country. The skimming effect is provided by the anti-gravity generator, which reduces the effective weight of the tank to a couple of hundred kilos when active. Without it, the Hyperion is a 6-ton lump of immobile metal. So you're saying it might work well as a bunker? Vector to thrust is then provided by a small jet turbine, producing the skim effect and allowing the precision maneuvers required to operate the vehicle in a confined space. The integrated AR-6 reactor requires a large amount of helium to construct, but will provide enough power to maintain the anti-gravity field for at least a year. That should be more than enough time to settle this war, one way or another. Okay, I was going to have the other base start working on the communications array, but you guys can do that, and maybe they'll just join you. Or I'll put them on the battle rifle, one of the two, we'll see. In the meantime, hey guys, we've got a fancy schmancy new vehicle I need you to build. So, thanks for that. 4 days? God, that's so great. 2 hours until Corsair 6 is ready to go, but the thing is, I believe this guy is actually coming out for a terror site, and I kind of want to destroy him before he can do that. Yeah, we're nuking that thing. I believe the relations for that probably went to Indochina, because it was over-ish Indonesia. Is that a large? Yeah, that's a large, so send the Foxtrot with it. And now we're doing quite a bit better. I mean, we're still going to lose money this month because we had a kind of shit start. But I think it's generally going to be okay now with next month. That is a large, correct? Yes, it is. So send 5, 6, and Foxtrot 3. I don't know if they have the range, though. Because he's really flying away from us. He really doesn't want us to engage him. And those guys have 3 hours of refueling. Yeah. And I assume that that probably went to Soviet Union, but I don't actually know for certain. It could have gone to Europe. While relations are bad with some people, I don't believe bad is the worst level, so it's alright. It's not great, but it could certainly be worse. But like I said, I think we'll have better luck next month, now that yeah, you know what? Go ahead and support them with the community. Oh, no. I don't think you guys are really going to speed it up at all. At least not by a noticeable amount. So, yeah, no. Switch to the battle rifle. But I don't think anybody's leaving. I don't see a reason for that to happen. At the very least. There we go, alien communication array. Whether they be within a few kilometers of one another or on the opposite side of the solar system, alien craft employ radio signals to communicate with one another. Their long-range transmissions are compressed to a remarkable degree. Only a few fleeting nanoseconds of signal can carry all the data the aliens need. The short duration of these transmissions makes it extremely difficult to capture any fleet-level alien communications. Where were we? But the sheer quantity of radio receivers on our planet means that a few examples have been recorded purely by chance. There are literally thousands of intelligence operatives across the planet who are working to crack the encryption codes, but the extraterrestrials are using quantum-level cryptography. It is highly unlikely that humanity could crack the codes in the lifetime of our galaxy, let alone that of a human being. So it is open to debate whether our attempts to do so should be considered inspirational or grossly stupid. Anyway, a far more effective solution would be to capture a device capable of decrypting the signal. The decryption devices aboard UFOs captured to date have proved completely inert, apparently requiring an alien user. However, one of the artifacts your men recovered from the captured alien base appears to be a communications array capable of sending transmissions, so once it was set up to transmit in our laboratories, we could reverse engineer the encryption methods in a matter of hours. We can use this knowledge to design a base structure that will decode the transmissions sent by alien vessels, giving us additional information on their composition and intent. Incidentally, the transmissions that the rest of the world is so desperately working to decode is the autopsy report of an unfortunate freshwater salmon abducted and dissected by the alien forces. I think it's best to keep that to ourselves. Well, that's nice to know, I guess. We're going to go ahead and have the North Africa base work on getting Quantum Cryptography Center done, because we want to build that building ASAP. That way we know if somebody's doing a terror mission and we can prioritize them, because God, I hate terror sites. I really do. Okay, nobody left. Again, we knew we were going to lose funding. It was obvious. Central America is actually maxed out, which is nice. I don't need to worry too much about them, but yeah, Soviets aren't super happy with us. In fact, they're, I think, basically on the verge of leaving if I don't deal with their issue. So we're going to have to sort of prioritize the Soviets, otherwise they're leaving. And I kind of don't want them to leave. The US also kind of needs to be prioritized because they're also fairly low. But now that we have Corsairs at all of our bases, that should help us significantly. And again, last month was just kind of a bad month. Because we hadn't sort of spread our technology out. But now we have. Okay, there are 2 large craft around Australia. They really hate Australia for some reason. Okay, there's somebody heading into the Soviet Union, and I don't think anybody is capable of engaging him right this second. You are within the Soviet Union, so that's definitely a reason to engage you. You go ahead and take care of him, and looks like the B team will have a mission finally. They haven't done anything in ages. Are they even set up? I think that's a good question to ask. Is if I even have them actually set up. And we'll check that in a second. I just need to make sure that these guys are all equipped, and they are. Wonderful. Yes, you guys are all inside of your Chinook with your shitty gear that's outdated, but don't worry. You'll eventually get the best of the best gear. Same with the Indochina base. It's just, I don't really want to build more plasma stuff for guys that don't really go out on missions much. You know, it's just not really worth the effort, is kind of the thing. But that will not be the case for much longer. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and send Charlie 2 out. And I am not sending anybody to Australia. As for you guys, everybody is healed up, so Nelly, Violet, Ruri, and Lucia. Put you guys in order. Followed by other Lucia. Other Lucia. Irina. And Haruko. Jesus Christ, we have a Lucia squad. We really have a Lucia squad. 5 is Lucia, 6 is Lucia. 3 is Lucia. Okay, so not quite actually a full Lucia squad, but Jesus Christ, are they close. In fact, we could make a Lucia squad, I think. Because we have 3. And we gotta... Oh no, you're Lucy. I don't know why I was thinking you were Lucia, but I'm pretty sure we have another Lucia somewhere who can probably... not the right spelling of Lucia, but yeah, God, we could make a Lucia squad. We had one in the recruitment roster previously. I don't know if they're still there. No, that looks like that got refreshed already. You guys need to rearm quickly, because I kind of want you to shoot that guy down. Honestly, I think you got enough fuel. Here we go. Okay, so, unassign you from the Shrike. Assign you to the Shrike. You are not using the right weapon. You get the plasma bolt. And you get relocated to Central America, because they kind of could use a scimitar for their next mission. Their current one, they're still stuck with the... yeah, with the hunter. But they'll get something better next time. Honestly, I think that's, again, probably enough fuel to actually do that, but let's go ahead and do this mission first. And then we'll send Indochina out to go ahead and deal with those other 2 large UFOs that are now terrorizing Australia. And we are probably going to have to send the A-team out, but to take care of that UFO we shot down in the Soviet Union. But we're going to hold off on that, I think. This mission will probably take basically the rest of this part, would be my guess. Okay. So again, reminder, these guys have out-of-date equipment, and there's only 6 of them. They're also not leveled up. They don't have all the experience that the A-team has. But this is a medium UFO. I think they have a somewhat reasonable chance of succeeding here without any major issues. Like, we might lose a guy. I would not be surprised if we lose somebody, but hopefully we don't. And if we do lose anybody, hopefully it's only one person. I really would like to minimize losses on the B team, because they just don't get the experience as much. And that's because they're the B team. Their job is to take care of shit in the Americas that doesn't require, you know, the massive investment of flying the A team out there. That's literally the way it works. Oh, I thought you saw somebody. I'm like, oh shit. But no, I was incorrect. He did not actually see anybody. There is an alien there, because Farmer shot at him. The hunter can't take very many shots, so... okay, goody. Now that farmer got suppressed by somebody, so there's somebody else out here, it seems like. We don't see them. It's admittedly kind of overkill for somebody like him, but oh well. Can't do anything about that. I needed him dead, and I wasn't gonna let him shoot at the hunter a couple more times, because even though it's getting replaced, I don't want to lose it. Certainly not early on in the mission. Found the UFO. Wonderful. It is not gonna be fun getting in, I think. Nope, I don't think it's going to be fun getting in. We are going to have to, I think, head through here and around. Because there's not going to be an opening here. At least there shouldn't be. Yeah, no. So we're going to have to head through here. The vehicle will not be able to come with us unless there's an alternative way in. Okay, that guy is not suppressed. Maybe he got suppressed because this guy shot back and I just didn't see the shot. And he happened to miss, which is, you know, surprising. We might send the B team out for more missions once we get the alien communications thing. Because that will undoubtedly be very useful for allowing me to, you know, find the easy missions, basically. I believe all the B team is, yeah, just normal characters, but, you know, if we end up with somebody who is an actual member... You know, if we end up with a custom-named character, they may get more missions. As a result of that, but again, that's going to wait until... Well, if I end up doing it, you know, that's going to wait until after we've gotten that upgrade. Okay, start... no, how about we don't go that way, huh? Another dude in the back. Crouch there. Dieter's gonna keep watching this direction. Okay, he's heading here. There's a civilian in this building, so we need to kill him quickly, otherwise he's gonna... And I mean the alien, not the civilian, of course. He's inside the building. The alien got inside the building, so that guy needs to get the hell out ASAP. Because otherwise he might die. Good, he got out. Well, I thought he was in here, but apparently I was wrong. Really? You cheeky little bastard. You made me think you ran in the building, but you didn't. Not a good chance. Can you get a grenade over there? No, you literally can't fucking throw a grenade, buddy. Dieter, you suck. You're German, so I need you to invent something that allows you to, you know, maybe launch a grenade. Maybe call it a grenade launcher. You know, just spitballing here. But when you get back to base, that's going to be your job. Thing is, there actually is an opening up there. I didn't want to take it. But there is actually an opening up there, so he can potentially flank us if he, you know, gets real dedicated to the whole running around the outside thing. I don't expect him to, but he theoretically could. In the meantime, we're going to have the second half of the team, I think, just go ahead and start making their way to the entrance of the UFO. And you know what? We'll have the hunter go around. If he comes out this way, we'll deal with him then. Well, great job, Dieter, but you took a shot because you just cannot throw a grenade. You literally don't have the range to throw grenades. Dieter's going to be in the back when we breach the UFO. There shouldn't be anybody else outside at this point, because this is such a small UFO. I mean, it's a medium, but it's such a small UFO compared to shit like that carrier we shot down. God, that thing is not going to be fun to engage. Should be noted, in the case of the carrier, we're probably just going to nuke it from orbit every time until we're a little bit further along with our, you know, armor. Because it is not a fun thing to fight. It has like 3 levels, and you need to use the transporters, and the transporters are such death traps that, fuck that business. Now, none of you actually have the ability to reaction fire in the event that there's somebody there, so that's going to be fun times for all involved. We're just so lucky that they haven't chosen to open the door. Because they could. And that would fucking hurt. But the aliens aren't that bright yet. Okay, next turn, we open the door, and we blast everything in sight. 3 guys. Don't need to take any of them alive, because none of them are relevant. Yes, because we've already taken these guys alive in the past. Obviously, I would prefer to not blow up everything in here, but our issue is we can't hit shit. And Dieter got shot. That's why I had Dieter in the back, but it didn't do him a whole hell of a lot of good, sadly. Okay, we're just gonna breach the old-fashioned way. Don't shoot your fucking reactor, dude. Seriously. Of course, there's another guy. There's always another guy. Another 2 guys, actually, so don't have the stuff for that, so pull back. Claire, you're gonna push up to the door, crouch there. You're gonna push in, draw fire. Because you've got the shield. You didn't kill him, but you did force a reaction, so Joe can move in and finish. There we go, and Dieter did in fact die. Well, Dieter, maybe learn to throw a grenade. Or become a good shot, one of the two. So 9 out of 9 aliens killed, only 1 casualty. Only 1 surviving civilian. Well, civilian as in the dude who doesn't have a gun. So technically 2 surviving civilians, but one of them had a gun, so he's a local force. That's 4 minutes left of my time. You know what? No, we're just going to airstrike that. Fuck it. You actually do need to hire somebody new to replace Dieter. So take Dan Weiser. Don't follow me. That's creepy, buddy. Has the... No, it hasn't. Oh, yeah, no, because it's what, 48 hours? Yeah, you guys still need to refuel more. Okay, let's take care of this guy. That, I believe that went to Indochina, because I think they were poor before, so now they're good. And Soviet Union is currently relations up. I think building bases in places do improve relations, so I could always just build like effectively an air base in the Soviet Union somewhere. We got the money and it's not like the worst idea ever. It's just, you know, if I can avoid it, I'd rather avoid it. But it may be something we do. The Hunter can be relocated to Indochina just so they have it in the event of a base defense. I don't expect them to ever actually go out on a mission. The C team is largely just for defense. Oh yes, also, you, before I forget. Ship your alien alloys and alenium off to the North American base because they use it for manufacturing. And let's see if we can get that alien community. There we go. Quantum Cryptography Center. The Quantum Cryptography Center is a new structure that can be constructed in our bases, allowing us to decrypt the communications emanating from alien craft that have been detected by the base's radar arrays. This will give us full details of the UFO class, mission, and crew. The decryption algorithm, developed by my team when studying the alien communication array, has been used to produce listening devices that can capture and decode alien transmissions in real time. All they require is the position of the UFO that they will be tracking, provided by the radar tracking systems already in place at your bases. The Cryptography Center uses a scaling supercomputer architecture that can track unlimited numbers of UFOs. Tracking numerous signals simultaneously will draw additional power and may lead to temporary power cuts in non-essential areas, e.g. Leisure facilities, engineering department. I think the engineering department's kind of important, but okay, whatever you say, buddy. But important base structures, such as the command room and laboratories, will remain unaffected. Oh yes, because of course, the laboratories aren't important when we're trying to track a UFO. The design of the listening devices is used by the old Cray supercomputers, but is several orders of magnitude more powerful. The level of encryption on alien signals is so great that even with access to the decryption key, it still requires a vast amount of computing power to decode the message. An entirely new generation of specialized quantum computing hardware needed to be designed to perform these calculations. Thankfully, I rose to the challenge. The structure should prove extremely useful for coordinating our air defense and appropriately equipping your troops prior to battle. Yeah, we're building that, obviously. You need to build it everywhere, because, as mentioned in the past, if I recall correctly, the original XCOM had a building like this. Well, I know it had a building like this, but if I recall correctly there, the way it worked was it gave you global coverage. And it told you all the details of every single UFO, no matter where it was on the globe, period. So you only needed one of these at one of your bases. If I recall correctly, is how the building worked in XCOM. Here in Xenonauts, however, it does not work like that. It only provides these details if the UFO has flown into the radar detection range of one of your bases that has this building equipped. So you need this at every single one of your bases that is intended for detecting UFOs. So if we build a fourth base somewhere in the Soviet Union just to have a base there, one to, I think, improve relations, because like I said, I believe building a base in a country's or in a region does improve relations there. Just a minor boost. It's not going to necessarily save the Soviet Union from leaving us if we don't, take care of their issues. But it helps a little bit. But we don't necessarily need to put one there, because good chunks of the Soviet Union are already covered by the North Africa base and the Indochina base. So the UFO will inevitably at some point fly into the radar range of one of those two bases. So if we do that, and we build radar arrays at that base just to make sure we actually it does something other than just give us, extra air bases, we will not bother building the quantum cryptography center there in the Soviet Union base because it's just not necessary. But North Africa, Central America, aka Cuba, and Indochina, they're all getting this building because they need it. It is vitally important to their ability to allow us to engage the aliens that they have this building. So 10 days for that to get built everywhere. That'll be very useful, like I said. And it might result in the B team going out on more missions, because I'll be able to somewhat easily pick and choose easy targets for them. Admittedly, for them to go to anything that's not in the Americas, they need the Shrike, because the Charlie is just not that fast. It maxes out at 550 kilometers an hour. Then you compare that to the Shrike, which is double that at 1100 kilometers an hour. The Shrike is 12 hours to basically go halfway across the globe. That is more than enough time for them to be able to get there before the UFO, I guess, self-destructs by the crew. But that is not the case necessarily with the Charlie. The Charlie is going to struggle to be able to do that. But I don't really want to build another Shrike for the B team, because I think we're relatively close to getting the next level of tech, basically. That will give us another dropship, or it's technically not actually a dropship. You'll see what I mean when we get it. But it performs the job of a dropship. But once we get that, it doesn't really matter, actually. Well, that's not true, because I need to build it. But I'll probably send the Shrike to the B team, so they'll get a little bit larger and they'll have a fancier vehicle. But I probably won't bother giving them the nice, really fancy vehicle that gives us the maximum amount of crew or soldiers that we can bring out on a mission. And I'll let this part go long as well. We're not going to do any ground assaults, but I will let this part run long as well, because why not? Let's see if we can get that alien battle rifle, this part. Okay, the soldier to replace Dieter has arrived. I don't know who... I believe it was you, right? Yes, because you're the only guy that does not have the fancy equipment. But I have quite a few riflemen, so we're gonna put Hugo Petit, or however you pronounce your name. French dude. In here to replace Dieter. So Dieter, our German soldier, is being replaced by a Frenchman. Yep. That's how that's going. Massive UFO. Nope. That's being shot down. I'm not even going to wait for Indochina to detect anything else. That thing needs to die immediately. Corsair 1 and 2 are going to go and deal with this interceptor. That's a small UFO. We'll ignore it. There's another... Oh, shit. Squadron 2 return to base. Change of plans. There's a lot of fucking massive UFOs in your district. Yeah, there's a ton in your district. Nope. No time to refuel. Go take care of that. No. That is being nuked from orbit. That went to the Soviets, it looks like. That's going to help them out. These guys, however, need to repair because... Yeah. The Corsair kind of struggles with carriers. They take quite a bit of damage because they only have the cannons. They don't have missiles at all. The next interceptor we get, if I recall correctly, can carry cannons, light missiles, and heavy missiles, I believe. Or is it just cannons and then whichever type of missile you want to equip it with? So you could theoretically equip it like a Foxtrot that has a cannon, or equip it like a the old Condors. But we'll see. Thing is, I believe this guy is probably doing a terror site. And I don't want that. But I can't kill him. Because I don't have the craft. Corsair... Yeah. These guys all need to heal up. Doubly so the dudes from Indochina. I don't know what the hell happened to them. They engaged the exact same type of target. They just got real unlucky, it seems like. So we need to hope these repairs don't take too long. But I guess we'll find out when the rearming finishes. Luckily, rearming doesn't take too long. Okay, you're refueling. Rather than repairing first, because, you know, that would make so much more fucking sense. "36 hours, yeah, no. If this guy's doing a terror site, he's gonna get that kicked off before we finish repairing. And if that pops up, that's gonna be the end of the part, and next part will take care of it. But we'll see. Ooh, damn. Yeah, the dudes from Indochina, they got fucked. They're actually so bad that they need to be grounded. Actually, that's actually the same issue with Corsair 1 and Foxtrot 1 as well from North Africa. They're also grounded. And that only gets them up to 50% health. After that, they need to repair the rest of the way normally. So we'll be waiting a while to react to that. But there we go. Central America has theirs. Oh no, excuse me. Central America has their second laboratory. Let's go ahead and hire scientists to fill that out. I do actually need to build another living space here because they don't actually have the space. So go ahead and build that there. It's kind of a shit spot, honestly. But don't really have anywhere else to put it. Okay, Central America can engage this guy. He's flying vaguely enough in your direction that they should be able to engage. And of course, the dude that was hanging around Australia now decides to pop up over here. Well, this guy's near North America. We need to take care of him. Hopefully North America gets the credit for it, and that'll make them happier. Nope, he's flying back to Europe. And he's going to be, yep, outside their range to engage. You guys can't go and take care of him right now because we'll probably lose the Corsairs, even though they take not as much time now to build. I still don't want to lose them because I don't recall actually if Corsairs get destroyed or if they get treated similar to the Condors where they just, you have to wait, 60 some odd hours for them to be ungrounded. Whatever the case. Alien Battle Rifle. The Alien Battle Rifle is an alien weapon around 40 inches long and 5 kilograms in weight. It can project deadly bolts of plasma over great distance with incredible accuracy. It is capable of burst fire and has excellent armor mitigation. Be very careful of enemies carrying this weapon. Not only do they have access to the most fearsome weapon in the extraterrestrial arsenal, they will also represent the elite of the alien forces. The battle rifle is the finest example of a plasma weapon we are likely to encounter. The engineering is extremely impressive. There is little to differentiate the workings of the battle rifle from other alien weapons beyond the quality of production. Virtually every component shows dozens of incremental improvements. For example, every electromagnet in the weapon has a hardened alloy core that has undergone complete electron rearrangement, allowing them to generate a charge twice as powerful as normal. It would probably take us years to replicate just one of these weapons. We would do well to clone this design, but we could also do better still. Although we have witnessed firsthand how devastating plasma technology can be, it still suffers from inherent limitations. Studying every example of alien weapons may just give us enough knowledge, or enough of the knowledge. I think it's supposed to be of the knowledge. We need to develop a new category of weapons that suppress them entirely. And that's what we're going to immediately jump into, because we have nothing else to research. Okay, it automatically applied to everybody. Great. So, mag weaponry, the final tier of weapons that you can unlock in this game, and they are the best of the best, obviously, because they are the final tier. Okay, he's gone up to space. Wonderful. Soviets still aren't exactly happy. North America's not exactly happy, but guys, I could only do so much. Especially because those things fuck us up. They really did. They grounded like 2 out of 3 of the craft that were sent at them each time. We successfully destroyed them, great, but they still hurt. Europe is currently down, and they are in bad relations, but they are not low funding level, so I think they're okay. Okay, that is a massive UFO. It needs to be destroyed ASAP. That is a small. We can wait a little bit to see what else pops up. Like that, see if any massives pop up. I believe you're heading towards the Indochina base. Same with you. There's a lot of shit going down in Indochina, it seems. We are nuking that because I just can't be bothered to take care of it right now. You're gonna fly to him because this guy's too far away from you to engage. Return to base, don't bother chasing him. It's a waste of fuel, in my opinion. You guys wasted all your fuel. North Africa can take care of this guy. They did not get wrecked this time, and again, we're nuking that from orbit because we are not well equipped to take care of a carrier. They are worth a shit ton if we can. Like I said, though, we just don't have the equipment. Okay, that guy is flying away. If he flies back towards us, we can engage him. Indochina should be able to deal with him. North Africa should be able to take care of this guy since he looks like he's heading in our direction well enough. Now he's not, so switch to 209. Wonderful, that'll help. I think that went to Australasia. Return to base, don't waste the fuel. You guys don't have the fuel right now to do the chase you're going to have to do for him. So he's going to get away. We're still going to gain funding right now. Okay, Central America can move to engage this guy, and he decided, okay, I've had enough now. Got that quick mag weaponry. As improving our plasma technology to the point where it surpassed that of the aliens would be virtually impossible, new ideas were needed. They arrived in the form of old ideas. Mag weapons are electromagnetic coil guns that combine the remarkable properties of alien materials with our existing knowledge of ballistic weapons. The idea behind a Gauss gun/coil gun has been around for over a century and consists of a series of electromagnets firing sequentially, accelerating a projectile along the barrel of the weapon to deadly speeds. The parallels with alien plasma weapons should be obvious, but while the plasma technology uses the electromagnetic acceleration as a means to an end, a coil gun uses it as a means in itself. The technology can be adapted from existing plasma weapon designs and has some significant advantage, e.g. an energy projectile does mostly thermal damage and can be partially absorbed/reflected/dissipated by a number of factors, atmospheric conditions included. A spot of rain will not offer much protection against a metal pellet traveling at 5 times the speed of sound. Mag weapon prototypes have been built in pistol, shotgun, rifle, and precision arrangements, each one small enough to be carried by an infantryman, but still capable of delivering a pellet of alien alloy at hypersonic speed. They are almost certainly the most powerful terrestrial infantry weapons that will ever exist. Pushing muzzle velocity any higher would raise air resistance highly enough to explosively ignite the air behind the projectile, likely killing the soldier firing the weapon. That doesn't sound like fun. It seems we are now limited by the composition of our atmosphere rather than by our technology. Okay, well, let's get immediately jumped onto heavy mag weapons. And, hey guys, I forgot to put you back on making jackal armor, but that's fine. That's fine. I need mag pistols, mag carbines. What is it? 6, right? Because it's shield assault rifle, shield assault rifle, shield rifle. Oh, yeah, I got slightly different orders here. Also, no, screw the pistol. Rifle first. Rifle is much more important. That is our bread and butter. The pistol and carbine's not as... Well, the carbine is also kind of our bread and butter. The rifles are bread and the carbines are butter. The pistol, it's extra. You know, the shield guys, they don't use their weapons. Their job is to be shields. Stand in front of the door. Be the ones to open it. Take any reaction fire that the enemies throw at us. While the dudes in the back with either the shotgun or the rifle, depending upon, you know, our configuration, they're the ones doing the actual work. If a dude with a pistol gets a kill, great, but that's not their job. So that'll be a fairly significant improvement. Let's go ahead and run until the day is over so that the living quarters in Central America finish. There we go. So they can recruit to the last 5 scientists that they need. And then those guys can get on helping with the heavy mag weapons, which that will upgrade, obviously, our interceptors weapons from plasma blasters to, I don't know, mag blasters, I guess we'll call them, until, you know, we find out what the actual name is. But this is still going to take a while for us to get these mag rifles done. 12 days, 22 hours, so it was, I think it was exactly 13 days to actually finish it. And that, obviously, that's to build all 5. That's not just to build 1, so, you know, that's it's okay. But yeah, so, or do I want to, you know what, fuck it, we'll let this go a bit longer. I think we can spare to wait the 3 days to get the quantum cryptography center going, especially because we'll probably be at max speed anyway. I don't expect much to happen in that 3-day span. There we go. And did we finish one of these in time? We did, in fact, finish one. So, who gets it? Colonel Irina or Commander Lucia? Well, you know, Lucia's going to be pulling rank, so she gets it first. These have the same amount of ammo as the plasma rifle at 12 shots total per magazine in the case of the rifles. As a reminder, the laser rifles only no, they had 12. I thought they had like 6 or some shit for some reason, but no, I'm confusing the laser rifle with the laser carbine, evidently. But yeah, either way. So we have this now. This is 105 kinetic damage as opposed to 70 energy damage. Suppression 26 single, 78 burst. 32 single, 96 burst. Reload cost 15 to use. It's actually cheaper to reload than the plasma rifle is by 10 time units. That's very nice indeed. Accuracy 45, 80, 130. So same here. So fire modes don't change at all. One times reaction modifier, 1.5. Okay, so I guess shotguns are more likely to reaction fire, and same with pistols as well. So that's good to know for future reference. Now here's the thing. The reality is I will probably be equipping everybody with the mag weapons, because we have nothing else to really spend the alloys and whatnot on beyond upgrading interceptors and dropships further in the future once we get that stuff. Which isn't, like, super hard to come by. So, we will eventually equip all 3 teams, even Charlie team, who has never gone out on a mission, and will never go out on a mission. Their job, well, I say that, that's not strictly true. They might end up going out on missions further down the road. It depends on how things play out, but the plan is for them to not ever go out on missions. Their job is purely base security. On the off chance that our, you know, base defenses fail to actually destroy the UFO that's attacking the Indochina base. But the plan is Indochina never goes out on the offensive. They're beyond their interceptors. But that might change. But even them, they're going to get equipped with the mag weapons in the future. But it's going to go A team, B team, C team, obviously. But that's all going to happen over the next few parts, because it's going to take a while for us to get the A team equipped, and then we need to, like I said, get the B team equipped, and then the C team. Yeah, it's going to take a little while, all of that. Oh, also, actually, are the mag weapons lighter, out of curiosity? I don't know, because it doesn't actually say. So, Irina, you are, no, not Irina, Lucia, you were at 31 with that, and 31 with that. Okay, so they are exactly the same weight. Not surprising, I just wasn't certain if that was the case or not. But okay. And yeah, that's the same 2x4, so you can't put this in your backpack. If I need you to take out your med kit, you need to drop it to the ground. God, that's an annoying thing, but I can't do anything about it. Beyond just getting rid of the plasma breaching charge, which I don't want to do. Because I think you're the only one who carries one. Yeah, you're the only one that carries one, because you're the only one that has the weight. Or the strength to be able to carry it. Unless I have Violet carry it. Violet can carry it without carrying the shock baton. And same with Lucy, out of curiosity. Okay, yeah, so that is not part of your normal loadout. That is something I deliberately gave you. So you know what? The people with the shotguns, because they can put their weapons in their backpacks, they're going to carry those. Lucia, you're not going to carry that. Obviously, you still can't do this if I give you a shock baton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple extra grenades. So, one more of each, I think, does it. Actually, slightly takes you over. So, also, let's organize this. Jesus Christ. There we go. Drop the stun. You'll have 3 stuns, 4 electroshock, and 4 elenium. I think that's a good loadout for you. I think the other rifle people will probably get similar loadouts in the future, assuming they survive long enough to get their strength up to be able to carry all of it. But I think that's going to be the plan. And you'll probably get more if your strength goes further. And it will, because you're only at 79, and it maxes out at 100, so you can easily fill out this row with some extra equipment. In fact, what would that look like, out of curiosity? Probably like that. Yeah. Probably wouldn't organize it like that, of course. Probably organize it like that. Something that looks nice. Oh, whoops. But, yeah, I think we're going to do that. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where, well, we are much better equipped now. Like I said, we have the best weapons that we will be able to get in this game, now with the mag weaponry. Now we just need to get good armor, which that should come soon-ish enough. Researching heavy mag weapons, I think will unlock either the next set of interceptors / strike craft or landing craft, whatever you want to call them, or it'll give us the armor, or it might give us all 3, and I just have to decide what I want to research first. I'll probably go armor, honestly, because the interceptors that we have are okay-ish, unless we're dealing with like half a dozen massive UFOs at like the same base. So long as they spread out, we're okay. And also, so long as it's not half a dozen, that's also great. But we're kind of fine so long as they spread out and they don't all focus on like Indochina or Central America or whatever. But I think we'll probably research the armor first, whenever it pops up. But yeah, so like I said, that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time. Quick reminder, again, if you want to have one of these soldiers named after you, whether they end up being on the A team or the B team. And again, the B team will probably see more action in the future. Now that we have this, the Quantum Cryptography Center. And once we, obviously, especially once we give it the full equipment that it deserves as an actual combat squad. Well, rather, as an offensive squad, more accurately. That will be very beneficial. But that's going to take a little bit. Also, now that I think about it, because you don't really need much else, I should probably build some extra hangars, really, here. You'd probably benefit from that. Because you don't have particularly great coverage to be relying on, like, Central America to back you up. You only have North Africa. I think we might upgrade the Indochina base with some more hangars, but we'll see about that. Either way, there's a Google form, like I was saying, in the description if you want to go ahead and have one of these soldiers named after you. The A team obviously sees the most action, so if you choose some nationality that pops up here on the A team, they are much more likely to have one of these guys named after you. But if you go for somebody over here on the B team, they will probably be seeing action within the next couple of parts much more often compared to the rest of the team. Or compared to how they were previously, rather. But yeah. So like I said, there is a Google form for that in the description. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, any changes to my schedule and the like, I highly recommend you join my Discord. There's a link to that in the description as well. If you want to stay, or if you want to financially support the channel, the two best ways to do that are going to be either via Patreon or Streamlabs. Again, links to those down below in the description. If you go the Patreon route, you get some goodies, such as early access to videos. If you go the Streamlabs route, you don't get any goodies, just because they don't really have the stuff for me to be able to give you goodies. But if you go that route, the channel does take home more, at least per pledge, per tip, whatever you want to call it. Because Patreon takes a 5% cut, but I believe Patreon takes a 5% cut off the total, not per individual. So you'd have to do the math to find out necessarily which one works out better. But it's entirely up to you which way you guys want to support the channel if you want to support it financially. It's certainly appreciated if you do, but it is obviously not a requirement. But the channel has not been monetized directly for years, ever since YouTube changed the requirements for the YouTube Partner Program. And the reality is, even if I do reach the goal to be able to do it, I don't know if I will bother rejoining. I would really love to have the channel get supported via you, the viewers that enjoy the content. But we'll see, you know. Things can always change, but the reality is ad revenue is basically nothing, so it really was not actually giving the channel much, realistically. But yeah, so that'll be it for this part. Like I said, I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.